Okay. Ooh, that was not what I wanted. So I should probably not have that be the last thing I've had open. Okay. I think things are all set. I can't use my mouse? Why is my mouse not working? Okay. No, wait, hold up. Why is my mouse not working? I have not been playing with these controls though. I don't... Oh, my mouse does work, but I don't have a cursor? What the fuck? Hold on. This is not... Hello, Teacup. Yeah, you are first. But we have an issue. Which is that I cannot see my mouse cursor at all. Oh, this is a screen we don't need to worry about right now. Okay, that's just fine. Maybe I did something wrong while I was watching. You can see the cursor? Now that just doesn't make any sense. Video options. Yep. Playing with keyboard and mouse. Yep. Oh, yet again, I can't see my mouse. What? I've never had this issue before. Okay, well... I can play with a controller. I can make that work. This is not the right cord, though. I'll use this controller. Where is it? Yeah. Sorry, it's in my purse. How is your day going, Teacup? Oh, I'm gonna have to relaunch the game now for a gamepad. Will it read as a DualShock? Let's find out. It's technically my PS4 controller. Kind of boring. Okay, well, this game is also kind of boring. Okay, no, it does not read as a DualShock. We're only gonna have to launch this game one more time, and then I think we will have our ducks in order. It's so odd because I've never had this issue with playing with mouse on full screen. It's not reading my gamepad at all. What? What is this? What is going on? Why is this been so cursed? This has just been, like, extremely cursed. Will this cord do the trick? No. Alright, we're gonna keyboard and mouse it. Okay, I do need to look at the browser. The display is fucked up because it thinks we're using a controller. Yeah, I know how that works. I can't like look at anything I found in this room. Okay. Plus. I think that's like this. Right, we annoyed Santa. Toilet paper. This is bad because I've already forgotten like half the clues, but it's okay. One, 8, 5. Right. There we go. Left, right, left, right, left. Okay. And that is what we needed to know for this. But it's backwards. Is it? Or is it incomplete? So I guess I just kinda have to guess on that first one. Hello, Giguggy. How have you been? Oh. Isn't there a quick way to mess with my item? There we go, it's V. There we go. Okay. Oh, hold on, actually. Because I also need the 185. Oh, that says left right there. I'm just dumb. That isn't part of the toilet puzzle? Okay. Keep pressing that. I am just gonna brute force this puzzle, or at least I'm gonna try. What am I missing? It says I'm gonna brute force the puzzle and it doesn't. Now what do I do? Do I have to get the digital root of that? Yeah. I guess that'd be fine. What do I use the room for? Is the room just like a red herring? I'm doing fine. Has everyone had a good holidays? Everyone ready for the New Year's? You had a nice Christmas? That's good. Mouse in a jar? Is that you, Mouse? Alright, so clearly those aren't the numbers. I still have more puzzling to do. 634 plus. Hold on. Okay. That other number is 158. Right. So the game provides you with a calculator, but I'm just gonna use my own calculator. 1749. I should have just looked at the fucking broom. So then you're like, where does the broom go? Where does the broom go? I don't remember doing anything with the broom. What? Did I do my math wrong? Is it not? No, it's 185, isn't it? It is, it's 185. I did my math wrong. Fuck. Nine, 5, 7 plus 6, 3, 4 plus 185 is 1776. Toilet maths, yeah. Put on my blanket, power armor. Oh wow, that's nice. If it's not this, I might just like explode. We did it. Awesome. Alright, we finally get to find out what's past door 3. It's okay, this is... We're actually getting to the point where this game's gonna start picking up.
There's a large iron door at the end.
Let's take a look.
They'd move a few steps toward the door when Junpei heard the sound of metal on metal.
Huh?
They turned around. Seven was doing something to the door of the shower room.
What are you doing, Seven?
Well, I figure maybe we might want to come back here sometime. So, I stuck the broom in there to keep the door from shutting. Alright, let's go.
With that, he stood up and began walking down the hallway. He brushed past Junpei and kept going. After a moment, the rest of them followed him. Before long, they found themselves at the large iron door. They had only been there for a moment when June spoke up.
Jumpy, look!
He turned. There, on the right side of the hallway, was a piece of paper attached to the wall.
What's up?
What's that on the wall there?
Oh, I think it's...
Well, you've had plenty of time to go back and try to catch up. But it's okay. You know what? Just for all of the people who have missed the beginning of the game, I'll replay the kind of intro section when we
A map of the
get
ship's
to
interior?
it, okay? Because don't worry, we're gonna get very familiar
It
with
says
this game.
C deck.
So it's the map for this floor, then. We'll have time to study it later. Let's keep going for now.
Junpei folded the map and stuffed it into his pocket. Back at the door, the four of them lined up in front of it. Santa stepped forward. He grabbed hold of the door and then turned to look back at the rest of them.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
They nodded. Santa nodded back and threw the door open. All four of them leapt through.
What the?
You're shitting me.
It took only a moment for them to realize where they were.
We're back.
They had been there only a short time ago. It was the large hospital room filled with countless beds. Lotus and Clover looked up as they entered. Ace was there, as well, although he looked as though he'd only just woke up.
Clover! Lotus! And Ace! I'm glad you're all okay. Lotus? What are you...
The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus and Clover headed straight for him. As she neared him, Lotus drew back her hand and slapped him, open palmed across the face. You guys did this. You guys did this. I just want to say that.
How could you do this to us?
Her face was furious. She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them.
Knock it off! We got bigger shit to worry about right now.
His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go after one last vicious shake.
What?
Go have a look.
Um,
I stuck the screwdriver in the door. That door over there, the one without a number. As long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. There's a shower room past there. I stuck a broom at the door there too. Anyway, go take a look.
then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
Yeah, it's about the size of it.
Wait, what the hell is in there?
You'll know when you see it.
Fine, let's go.
Lotus and Clover looked at one another for a moment and then nodded and stepped through the door. By then, Ace had made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who had only just awoken from a lengthy slumber.
My goodness. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ace shook his head.
Should I go as well?
Yeah.
Seven nodded.
Very well.
Ace followed Lotus and Clover with his stiff, tired gait. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise of a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time, it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human soul. Oh, and a human should. It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Hold on. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the Ninth Man was.
I'm doing good. How are you? Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Sana, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each of one of them in turn and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it, alone, and waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately...
Yeah, this game has full voice acting. So do all 3 games in the series. All I will ever have to narrate is the descriptions of what's going on.
The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door.
I adore this franchise.
And then, 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh?
They didn't? Oh. I have only played this version of the game, and then I did technically play Virtue's Last Reward on my friend's 3DS in high school, and that was what got me interested in the series.
You need at least 3 people
And then
to
I
open
bought
one
the
of the
games on
numbered
my
doors,
Steam,
including
and
Snake.
played them through. Well, I bought the first 2. I only played a bit of the 3rd game. I never finished it.
It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah.
This is 100% a visual novel.
That means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Junpei crossed his arms and grunted.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah. That means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
June seemed shocked.
How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
So, Prince is like the nickname he's given by Junpei when he first sees everyone. When he first sees everyone, he calls everyone what he thinks describes them, like pink-haired girl, the lion. He called like Seven a mountain, and then when Akane recognizes Junpei, they call each other out by name, and then everyone's like, whoa, 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 we should be using code names because we don't know, we shouldn't expose who we are because that might be giving more information than necessary. So maybe you just don't remember it, but the code names I'm almost certain are in the original game too. Because I don't think much was actually changed about the story, if anything.
Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion.
They get
We have to
nicknames
trust one
correlating to their
another
bracelets.
and form a strong bond of friendship.
Except Junpei.
Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes. Almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us.
Something to do with San being 3 and him wanting to be Santa.
Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Good question.
Morphonia, it's so nice to see you.
If Zero killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us.
Junpei. Was Zero still on the ship with them? Great question. What do you guys think? It is nice to see you too. Whew. I mean, well, if you know the answer, don't spoil it. No notation. Clumsy, you're here. It's so nice to have everyone. All we're missing is Nosoria, and Nosoria needs to show up. Look, we even got Gravy and Butterscotch over here. I know you guys can't quite see them because they're not on camera, but they're there. Happy Christmas! Happy Hanukkah, Merry New Year! Of course he was. That was obvious.
I don't...
Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei had mumbled to himself and lost in thought.
Where could Zero be hiding?
Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghost moaning noise. And moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was like cold, monotone.
I think Zero is one of us.
Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? Was he one of them? Is Zero one of us? Or is that crazy? Without context, I say that's crazy. We're discussing whether Zero is one of us because you were here last stream, right? We went through door 3. Oh, you missed it. Lotus slapped us too. So we went through door 3. We found Snake's dead body. We solved the puzzle, and we came out and we were talking to everyone there. Lotus came up, slapped us, and was like, "You left us for dead." And then Seven was like, "You guys need to look at what happened." And so now we're discussing the possibility of whether Zero is on the ship and whether he's one of us. Do you still think that's crazy? That's so fair. I can get the Metroid Prime kind of feeling from that.
Well, that's possible.
Well then, Clumsy, I have to ask you, who do you think is Zero?
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy? Didn't you hear what Ace said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
No reason. I've got a great reason.
And what's that?
The bracelets.
He held out his left arm.
Why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to.
You gave the answer. What do you think, Clumsy?
It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
Huh. You got a point.
I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the Nonary game.
The intrigue in this game. Yeah, no, it really is. That's why I'm excited to kind of keep moving
all of the puzzles
forward.
here run all by themselves.
Because we're going to revisit the start a few times. So I'm going to give it a thorough we'll go back through some of the earlier stuff too, just so that people who are missing context can get more context. Because I don't mind.
In other words,
The whole point is I want you guys to get the full experience too.
Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why's that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
Junpei let the question hang in the air and looked at the others. It was Santa who answered.
So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
7, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Oh my god, Morphonia, you can't just drop a bomb like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright then. I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
Yes, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us. 7 and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well. At least they do if Zero is one of us.
No one spoke. Their faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed him or not. Finally, Lotus spoke up.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes, isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh, well, that's because...
Junpei choked. He hadn't thought of that, and he had to be honest with himself. He had no idea.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, you only had circumstantial evidence.
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know?
Ah.
Junpei was painfully aware of their eyes on him and their disapproval. He tried to find something else, anything else to look at. Then, in that horrible silence, they heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now. 7, Clover, Junpei, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
You're right, but...
Junpei couldn't bring himself to respond. He swallowed the words he wanted to say and sighed. 7 and Clover remained similarly silent. Shh! Don't talk about the endings! We have not reached the ending. I know the ending. You know the ending. No one knows what the axe ending means. So we're not going to discuss it. We're not going to talk about endings until we've gotten there. We haven't reached any endings in this playthrough.
We must go. We have very little time left.
Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away. Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going.
Our next destination is Mercury. Here we go.
They stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury
Oh,
keycard.
that's the...
Yeah, I found it in the shower room.
Oh, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol.
He took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. It made a small beep, and the lights on the reader blinked to life.
Now we can go.
7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator.
Looks like there's only 2 floor buttons working.
C and bottom.
The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed.
Time to head down then.
Junpei hit the bottom button. Whoa. I didn't know we had a button for that. The door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that their hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet in front of them. I didn't see any message, so... The hallway in front of them was a dead end, but not a regular dead end.
This is a numbered door.
Yeah, it's door 2.
Immediately, they began to discuss who could go through it.
So who should go through the door this time?
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
We should figure out who's going in first.
Very well. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I'll do it.
The first to speak up was 7.
I'll go too.
And I suppose I need to go too then.
Junpei followed suit, which meant Ludus was, by default, the 3rd member. This is gonna have some of my favorite interactions. You guys made the right choice on the numbered doors, because I think this is like the best first ending to experience.
All right, we're taking off.
Okay, please be careful.
Jesus. You 2 are acting like you're married, you know that?
Oh,
June blushed. So did Junpei.
Don't be silly. Cut it out.
Junpei's cute. Not Junpei. Well, Junpei is cute. I would say June's cute. The door opened. As they'd come to expect, there appeared to be a short hallway on the other side.
All right, let's go.
Lotus was the first through the door.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I'm cute. You might have to be careful.
Where the hell is it this
Someone
time?
might fight you.
I don't see it!
Oh, there it is! It's right there!
Just immediately makes me think of Persona. Interesting. Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the debt. It had been placed just inside the room right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets. Okay, so what makes this puzzle difficult for me is that there's a very similar puzzle in the second game, and I always get the 2 a little confused.
It stopped.
No, they're not wrong. I'm cute as fuck.
Yeah, it stopped.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. 7 and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
All right.
Junpei looked around again.
This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room himself, 7 spoke.
Alright, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up.
I have
okay with
finished
that?
Virtue's Last Reward. The only one I haven't finished is Zero Time Dilemma.
Yes,
And so
no
that's
problem.
why I'm revisiting these games. I wanted to stream Zero Time Dilemma, and I felt like I can't do that without streaming these two games first, so that people have the context for it if they wanted to watch that. And then, so like we can experience these games where like I know what we're doing, so we're gonna get through it pretty quick for like for most people's first experience. Like it's gonna be, I think, a little faster. And then Zero Time Dilemma is gonna be where you guys get to see me fucking struggle my ass off with every puzzle.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
This game I won't need a notebook for, but I know by Virtue's Last Reward I'm going to need to get a notebook out. Seven nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him. So,
I'll try the one next to it.
999 is for the DS. Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma were on the 3DS. At last, Junpei was left alone.
Well, I guess I'd better get started too.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Okay. Here we go. Can't say I'd want to sleep here. It's fair, 7. Okay. Of course, it's gonna be simple. I mean, it's probably like that so we don't try and use it as part of the puzzle, right? Probably use a desk to write letters to your family or something, but this is a boat. I bet the only thing they used this for was eating off of. Huh? What the hell? It's not opening. There's something up with this drawer. I don't trust it. Sweet, I got the screws off. Now we can open the drawer. There's nothing in here. Well, maybe the drawer is what we need. The drawer, huh? Alright, let's yank the thing out. Okay. Huh, looks like the water doesn't work. Doesn't matter how much 7 turns that thing, no water's coming out. Has the water been shut off from somewhere else? It's just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be the toilet that flushes. This toilet is disgusting. You don't expect me to touch that thing, do you? If you don't want to, then I'll do it, alright? This paper seems to be pretty old. Ew. How the hell can you touch that? My mouse just is not appearing on screen. I don't know why. It just isn't working. It's not really like I've got a choice, do I? It was working when I have the game tabbed. When I had the game tabbed, I couldn't stream for longer than like an hour before the game started freaking out. No kidding. I tried to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're that young anymore. That shouldn't really matter. My Junpei, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have the chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry, you're right. Dry skin is a woman's worst enemy. This looks like part of the design on the towel. You think that means anything? On the towel, it looks like water is flowing from the river to the spring. You think that means we need to make the water flow from here? Ah, fuck. Oh, wait. No, we're good. There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah, something's not right, though. The handle in the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. Why don't you take it out? Ah, I hit the wrong button. If I use the screwdriver on the screw in the center of the handle, maybe I can... Because you're 12 hours away. Yeah, I know. We gotta fix that. Sweet. The handle I got off that drawer seems to fit onto the faucet perfectly. Now I can turn the water on. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm down in the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. The faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Anytime now. Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are getting clogged? Whoops. Let's just turn it off for now. So, did anything change? The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Junpei, I'm leaving this one to you, alright? Junpei put the wet tile into his pocket. He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him. Oh my god, guys! Something's up with Seven. He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead.
Hey, what's going on? Are you okay, man?
Alright, if you're, like, watching a little bit on the side, if you're not fully tuned in, this is a scene you should be fully tuned in for. This is gonna explain some important shit. So listen up.
You're sweating like crazy. Are you alright?
He was concerned. He'd never seen Seven like this before. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
His face was pale, and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his shirt.
That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. Are you sure? You don't look so good.
Seven didn't answer. Half of his face was twisted as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke.
What am I doing here?
His words made no sense.
What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
No, that's not what I mean.
He shook his head several times as if trying to clear something.
It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back. I think I've been here before.
Huh?
I said I've been in this room before.
You were here? When? Why?
Aoi. My Nona.
Suddenly, Seven was mumbling to himself. Their words Junpei didn't understand. Seven's hoarse voice trailed off, and Junpei couldn't make out what he'd said.
What the hell was that?
Seven's brow furrowed furiously. Seven's brow furrowed furiously, and he grounded his teeth back and forth.
It's right there.
No,
like I'm this close
no,
to
this
remembering
scene is
everything, but I
so
just can't.
important. This scene is so important. Seven stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran a hand through his hair. Then suddenly he looked up, his eyes wide. This is such an important part of the puzzle that is the narrative of this game.
That's right, an experiment.
That's why I think it's important that like you pay attention for it, especially if it's. This should be one of the first things you learn, I think. 'Cause
There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
They were trying to control people, or something like that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he simply stared at Seven, confused.
Aoi, Light, and Nona.
Stared at Seven, continued. Duh.
Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean. I think there were 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names. Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here.
Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly about the room. He looked confused. So far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches to his movements.
Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Those kidnapped kids. Was I working that case?
Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei.
Huh?
Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped.
Wait, under this bed.
He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again.
The home's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's gotta be a ton of rooms on this boat that look just like this one.
At last, Junpei could contain himself no longer.
Hey, what exactly do you remember? Maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here.
Seven stood up slowly.
Well, it's.
I would
like
not
remember
confirm
everything.
anything for anybody. I would just let people's mind wander and think. I really just want to see what people think
I've only
of
got
these
bits and
things.
pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense.
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then.
Because, like, you're saying, like, kind of, but I would say no. I would say no. I don't think anyone here can be mind controlled. I think that's a misunderstanding. Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important. Seven drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke.
From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
A cop?
Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago. You remember that, right? It was all over the news.
Yeah, I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared. Nobody knew why. It was all over TV and the newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for it. I think it was...
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Yeah, that had to been it. That's why I went to the wharf. the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand. Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head. Drop the gun. He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug. That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
Gravy is mad chill. Human beings.
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink. A toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but...
Yeah.
It won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying. But I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. But I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside.
Massive shit, I guess. Junpei waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He had gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank.
Hey, what happened after that?
He'd waited long enough, but Seven shook his head.
I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids, too. Not good. Why can't I remember what happened next?
Ah, man, what happened to the kids, Seven? Did you save them?
I don't know. I've got this feeling. I think one of the kids died. A girl, I think.
Huh?
Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw on it a look of sadness, the likes of which he had never seen on the man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly, as if he were fighting back tears, and he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke.
Anyway, just please don't ask me anymore, okay? I really don't remember anything else.
After that, Junpei could hardly try to force any answers out
It's
of
fine.
the other man.
Don't push yourself. Going by what he said,
Junpei left Seven to pull himself together, and instead began thinking everything over.
the children who had been kidnapped 9 years before. Apparently, a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals had been behind it all. They'd taken the children to the same ship we're on now. They'd been brought here for an experiment. Seven said it had something to do with controlling human beings.
Hey, wait, are you sure this is Axe ending? I don't think this is Axe ending. I think... No, I know what ending we're on.
The 16 children who had been kidnapped were the subjects. Seven had said 3 of their names were Aoi, Light, and Nona. I think that's all I got. Oh, and Seven is, or was at some point, a cop. I can't really use any of this information anyway. I didn't learn anything about the Nonary game or Zero. Why were we brought to the same ship where they'd done those experiments 9 years ago? And just what the heck is this about controlling human beings? That's nuts. Did they really conduct an experiment like that?
Oh man, we're in for one hell of a puzzle soon too. Before long, Junpei realized he had spent quite some time deep
I
in
don't have time
thought.
to just stand here thinking. I need to get moving.
Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and return to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Okay. $14 equal E. It's a sink. There's no light shining on it. It's hard to be sure because it's so dark in here, but I don't think there's anything going on with this sink. The faucet is too hard to turn. This desk is old and rusty. God damn it, no matter how hard I pull on this damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be opening this anytime soon. Does look like it's got a keyhole, and there doesn't seem to be anything stopping it. How the hell am I supposed to open it? Sorry, it doesn't look like there's a keyhole. Probably. Okay. sounded like something falling. What was that? I heard it too. Let's open the drawer. Oh! I forgot. Probably use the mirror to reflect the light. I'm gonna remember this. No, I'm not. Sun. Okay, so Sun 4, Moon 7. Oh, thank you, Clumsy. Fuck, I lost count. Was that 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is again. That means real. Okay. Looks like we've investigated all the room. The only mystery left is that door. Alright, let's crack that mystery then. We've got 4 tiles. And there are a bunch of tiles that are the same size up on the wall here. So if you replace 4 of those tiles on the wall with the ones we've got, that should open the door. There's only one way to find out. Hey, did you just hear something unlock? Does that mean we got it right? Yes! Looks like we did it! The 14 hidden on the tile. If you convert that to hexadecimal, it's an E. Basically, the E's in the emergence are the 14s from the tiles. When we replace it, that gives us the answer. Why did they all just repeat the same thing? had a lot of puzzles changed because of localization. I did not know that. They passed through the open door and headed to the next room. That is very cool. I didn't know that there were puzzles that were changed because of the localization. Maybe I'll have to check out the original sometime. Junpei jogged down the short staircase and looked around. That's not bad.
Oh, what the hell is this place?
The words had sprung unbidden to his lips, but it was clear why. Junpei shivered. Lotus and Seven had reached the bottom of the stairs and stopped short of
Ugh,
her.
this room is really creepy.
I think we ought to get the hell out of here now.
He jogged up the stairs on the opposite side of the room and shook the door on the wall next to the catwalk. It didn't open, and he muttered to himself.
Figures.
It's locked, isn't it?
Yep. Don't know why I thought this would be any different.
So, what is this room for, anyway?
Junpei looked around the room again.
Well, there's a chair in the center of the room.
Looks uncomfortable to say the least. I'd rather not sit in it if I can avoid it.
The back of it was covered with electrodes connected to a nest of wires.
Looks like it's placed over some kind of glass panel. Too dark to look through it, though.
Junpei turned to look at the right side of the room. There was a table covered with a piece of cloth.
This isn't dried blood on the tablecloth, is it?
On top of the table were a number of metal instruments. Junpei didn't know what they were for, and he had a feeling he didn't want to find out.
Oh, what the hell is this? What are these tools for?
That's not something I even want to think about.
Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it and tried to focus on something else.
No doubt about it. This room's dangerous. Let's make our search quick so we can solve the puzzle and get the hell out of here. Come on.
That's right, we got back-to-back puzzles. Adds, a hammer, a pair of forceps. These other things are too old and broken. I have no idea what they are. Doesn't this wrench look way too new? Looks pretty high up. Okay, but why do we want to open? The hole's too small. You can't see in, even with the cover off. Well, you can't see in, but I think there's enough room to stick your arm in. Are you sure you want to do that? There could be something dangerous in there. Okay, I admit. That scares me a little. We need to see if there's anything useful in here. Here we go. Arm into the hole. Hey, this guy can join James Sunderland, and they putting arms in weird holes they probably shouldn't put them in. Different final puzzle. It's small, cold, and hard, and it doesn't feel like anything else in here. Let's see what this thing is. Oh, it's a key. Hold on, we're gonna pause the music for a moment so that I can do this. Okay. Something on the screen. The device will conduct the experiment. Once the experiment has been completed, the door will unlock. First, adjust the switches to match the blocks in the sample above. I don't know what this thing is, but we gotta figure out this puzzle. It's right next to a torture chair. Whatever it is, I don't think it's good. Anyway, we just adjust the switches to match the blocks up on top, right? You adjust the switches shown at the four corners of the screen, then press the check button. Junpei, we don't know what this thing does. You can always come back to it later. There are lots of other things you could do. Until it was solved. Real. 3, 1, 2, 5, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, I'm just checking. Oh. Yeah. I'm just not using the things I needed to use. Preparation. I think this means one of us has got to sit in the chair. Well, Seven's never gonna fit in that thing. It's either you or me, Junpei. Collecting data, I wonder if it's going to run electricity through the subject. There's a human head on the screen. Maybe it's gonna zap your brain with a little electricity. This really doesn't sound safe. Anyway, we still gotta prepare. We're gonna talk about this after we figured out what it means by preparation, alright? Well, wants us to prepare, so maybe we gotta ask it what we need to do. Disposal tank is closed. Please fill the tank with water. Junpei, look. EDBF. Look, it's a dead shark! There's a strange noise coming from the chair. Looks like it's been turned on. I guess the puzzle here was that the power had to be sent in a specific way. Restraining device is locked but empty. The subject has not been properly placed. Unlock the restraining device and reseat the subject. And I guess we just need to unlock the chair. The sun key should fit into the keyhole of these manacles. Alright, sun key, in you go, and yes. I never really got into the Ace Attorney games. Alright, sun key, you've done your job. Into my pocket with you. Restraining device is unlocked. Please seat the subject in device. The message on the screen was disturbingly detached.
Well, like we thought, it's not going to work unless someone sits in it.
How ironic that this would be the situation in which this slim, beautiful body is useful.
I just never got into them. I never really tried them, it just never really interested me.
Lotus, are you sure? I can sit in it and you can solve.
Junpei's right. If we screw it up...
Seven couldn't bring himself to finish the thought. His eyes fell to the floor. Junpei followed them. Beneath them was a dead shark, floating underneath the glass. Perhaps it had been killed by an electric
I'll
shock.
be fine. Even if I fall in, the shark is already dead.
But
No one likes an indecisive man, Junpei. I can still give you advice from the chair too, you know. I just don't want to stay in this room any longer than we have to. Go over to that screen and let's get this over with.
After her words had made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, she turned and walked toward the chair without hesitation. But she did not sit down. Despite what she had said, she did indeed feel hesitation. Her legs shook.
Look, do you think you could do me one last favor?
don't say last.
You're making me nervous.
Just listen. If something happens to me, I want you to tell my daughters. Tell them that I loved them very much. No, tell them that I will always love them.
Daughters?
You've got kids?
Yes, I do. I suppose they're about your age, Junpei. They're twins. I had them when I was young after... well, some things happened. Their names are Nona and...
Wait! Nona?
Junpei's words shot out before he even realized what he was saying. He remembered the story Seven had told him.
Aoi, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment.
But what the hell? What's wrong with you?
Lotus took a step back from Junpei.
Oh.
Seven looked just as shocked as Junpei. He blinked his eyes rapidly, as if he weren't sure if he was completely awake.
No way. It couldn't. Lotus, is your last name Kashiwabara?
Lotus's eyes went wide.
How do you know that?
Are you serious? There's no way you're that kid's mom.
That kid? Wait, what do you mean that kid? Why are you acting like you've met her?
Seven's brow furrowed.
I have.
What?
Yeah, I met one of your kids.
When?
9 years ago.
Where?
On this ship.
Why were you...
It's not a short story.
Look, I don't care how long it is. Tell me, please, what happened here?
Fine, I'll tell you.
Seven glanced at Junpei, then turned back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before. Every detail.
But... And then, that was when... From there, it looked like... Just as if, finally... That's all I remember from 9 years ago.
At last, Seven finished. Lotus shook her head.
Oh my god. Everything I've been looking for the last 9 years. The person who had all the answers was right here.
Looking for?
Yes, that's right. 9 years ago, my daughters disappeared. Then 9 days later, they came back. They never told me what happened to them over those 9 days. I took them to the doctor, but I was told they hadn't been hurt in any way. Still, I was sure that they had been through something terrible. So I couldn't bring myself to force them to talk about it. If I did, then I'd force them to relive whatever horrors they'd been through. I didn't have any choice. I had to try and ignore it and move on.
Oh.
A few months passed. Gradually, they started to act like they always had, before they disappeared. They smiled and made jokes and did all the silly things kids do.
No, for real. For real, Pepe Sylvia.
It got harder and harder for me to ask them about what happened. How could I ask them to remember that? Eventually, I knew there was no way I could do it. But I'm still a mother. I couldn't simply forget that something terrible had happened to my children. So I decided I would investigate what happened on my own. I would find out what happened during those 9 missing days.
What did you find out?
Nothing. The police pretended to be concerned, but they didn't do anything. Once the 16 children who'd gone missing came back, things were just... Even the media didn't talk about what had happened. I figured someone was probably paying or threatening them to keep their mouths shut.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals. No, probably something even bigger than that.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Have you heard of them before?
No. It's the first time I've ever heard that name. 7. How did you find out that Cradle Pharmaceuticals was connected to the kidnappings in the first place?
I figured finding out whatever the victims had in common would lead me to the culprit. That's what any good cop does.
What did they have in common?
Every single one of the kids who disappeared had gone to this one hospital at some point. The hospital was one of a bunch that were under the control of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. After that, it was just about connecting the dots.
The hospital.
The hospital.
And for a while, I was trying to get some kind of information out of the kids at the hospital. One of them told a weird story.
What was it?
Have you heard about the Gansfeld experiment? I guess all these kids had to go through it while they were at the hospital. I think it was passed off as some sort of counseling.
What did you call it again?
Oh, the Gansfeld experiment. This is how it's set up. First, subjects Q and A are put into separate rooms, far away. Then a series of video images are shown to subject Q, who is told to send the images to subject A by thinking about them. Subject A, on the other hand, is put in a large reclining chair and given a blindfold.
The Gansfield experiment is what's being explained right now.
With their senses cut off, A is asked to guess what images Q is looking at.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that. It's a famous telepathy experiment, isn't it?
Telepathy. That's how the experiment on this ship was supposed to work.
The experiment to control people, right?
Yeah. I don't know if any of the telepathy stuff really exists, but maybe someone from Cradle Pharmaceuticals bought into it.
Lotus grunted. Seven had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke.
Even if that is the case, I still don't get how that has anything to do with any of this. The Nonary game, Zero, why we were kidnapped. What does any of that have to do with telepathy? I know I brought all this up, but I have no idea. Maybe none of this stuff is connected after all.
cold voice echoed down from the
No
side.
subject has been detected. Unless a subject is detected within 60 seconds, all power will be shut down. System recovery is estimated to take 1 hour. If you wish to proceed with the experiment, please seat subject in the restraining device.
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, no, that's not what we...
Just hurry up and get it over with. Junpei, I'm counting on you.
Right.
Lotus sat down on the chair. Junpei looked at her one last time, then made his way to the monitor.
Lotus, please, tell me right away if you feel anything weird.
You worry too much. Now get on with it and be a man, or June's gonna leave you.
Lotus was putting on the best act she could manage, but her legs were shaking so much that if she hadn't been sitting, she likely would have fallen down.
Lotus.
Failure was not
Okay,
acceptable.
let's do...
Junpei took one last deep breath and stared at the monitor. We did it. Are you sure? Because there has to be some kind of hint for you to be able to figure that out. You can't just brute force it. Release the subject from the restraining device. Lotus, are you alright? Yes, I am. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but I do think my life just got a little shorter. Hold on, I'll get you out of that right away. Shouldn't take long for Seven and me to get her out of here. Damn straight. I don't ever want to see this thing again.
The hallway goes to the left.
Yeah, but I don't see any doors.
Guess we just need to keep going.
Right, let's go.
They turned left twice before they saw the elevator.
An elevator!
Just what we need. Let's take this to C deck.
In silence, they jogged up to it. Junpei pushed the C button. The elevator motor ground away, and before long they found themselves once again on C deck. The door opened and they stepped right off.
Huh?
They'd expected to find 4 other people waiting for them. There were none.
No one's here.
Where did they go?
I have no idea.
You're glad she's okay? Yeah, it's a good thing that she's okay. Okay, hold on. I've got to go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. Okay. We are ready to continue. Actually, I'll wait for everyone to be back. How are we all feeling? How are we doing this evening? That's good. Would you like a different avatar, Frex? We got options. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna change my avatar. We got JoJo's. We got Final Fantasy. We got lots of things going on. Thank you. No, I have not, and I probably don't want to. I forgot that I had JoJo ducks. Bro, why do you run so fast? That's funny. Teacup, do you want a new one? Mouse is Samus, and Samus is hot and awesome, so I don't think that needs to change. You don't want to be Yang? Okay. Oh. There you go. Clumsy, do you want to stay as a basic black mage? Maybe we can upgrade you a little bit. However, I do kind of think it's iconic. Word. Okay, well, I think everyone is back. I hope you guys are ready for some fun. And, haha. Look at you, Mouse, you've been pinned. He tried to forget the feeling and took off down the long hallway before him.
Hey, Junpei!
We should follow him.
Seven and Lotus followed at a run. They ran and ran. The hallway seemed endless.
I know where we need to go. The door behind the central staircase. There was a sun symbol on the keyhole of that door. And I happen to have the sun key in my pocket right now. This should open that door.
That was why they ran for the central staircase. They had run for quite some time when they arrived at the door that ended the hallway. Junpei stopped.
All right, time to open this.
He laid his hand on the doorknob, his breathing heavy. Seven laid a hand on his own.
Hold on a sec there.
Huh?
We don't have the key for this one yet, right?
There's the Jupiter symbol engraved over the keyhole.
That's...
Oh, it's the Jupiter symbol.
Seven was right. They had no Jupiter.
Then we can't open this door.
Unfortunately, no, we can't.
Jeez, the sun door's gotta be just on the other side of this, you know? We can't just stop...
Frustrated, he twisted the doorknob. The door opened.
Hey! It opened.
What?
Yeah, the others must have found the Jupiter key.
Well, what are we waiting for?
As he spoke, he shoved open the door the rest of the way. Are you guys ready for this? How am I doing? How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Are you guys excited to see what's on the other side of the door? Aren't you so excited? They rushed through and stopped cold.
What?
The terrible scene before them made their blood run cold. 3 people lay dead on the floor, covered in blood.
Why?
Junpei felt a cold sweat trickle down his spine. He couldn't breathe. His legs shook. His body felt cold, deathly cold, but his blood was boiling hot. He could feel his mind begin to fade. He couldn't think. He couldn't concentrate. His mind was blank.
What the hell? What the hell happened?
Seven's voice was weak and broken. He edged toward the bodies, his movements stiff.
Clover.
He bent down over Clover and pressed his fingers to her wrist.
Nothing. She's dead.
Suddenly, Lotus moved. Before he understood what was happening, her hand was in Junpei's vest pocket.
Hey, what are you doing?
He leapt back. Lotus looked up at him,
The
terrified.
key! Get me the sun key!
Why?
Why do you think? We have to get out of here before the murderer comes back!
The murderer?
The murderer. The murderer. Once again, Junpei looked at the dead bodies.
Santa, Clover, and Ace. 3 people, 3 dead bodies. That means that the person who had killed them was... Huh. No. No, it can't be true.
Give it to me!
Before Junpei could react, Lotus dove back into his pocket and came out
Let's
with the
go!
key. Without waiting for Seven or Junpei, she ran straight for the central staircase. They followed. Junpei shut his eyes and swallowed his emotions. Morning would have to wait. Soon they stood in front of the door.
Open! Why?
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. I didn't feel it unlock.
Oh no. Is it the wrong key?
I don't know. Maybe.
Lotus sighed, defeated, and leaned against the Noro. She felt a twist. A small gap appeared between the door and the frame.
What the hell is this?
Wait, you mean the door was already unlocked?
Why?
How would I know that? Whatever, let's just go.
Lotus took a deep breath and slowly opened the door the rest of the way. They stepped inside. In front of them was another hallway. It stretched out toward the bow of the ship. They began to run. Faster and faster. They ran, trying desperately to reach the end of the hallway. A few seconds later, they were there. In front of them stood a massive metal door. They were all breathing heavily as Junpei spoke.
What the hell is this door? I can't see anything that looks like a doorknob or switch or lever or card reader or anything. How the fuck are we supposed to open this?
We don't have a choice. We're gonna have to go back.
No, I'm not going back there. There is a murderer back there.
There was a more stark terror in Lotus's voice than authority. She was almost
But
begging.
I don't see any other doors.
As he spoke, Seven stepped toward the door in front of them, as if to illustrate that it was the only door.
No way.
Are you sure that it's June?
It opened by itself.
It's an automatic door?
Look, guys, I've got a really bad feeling about all this. The other doors were already unlocked, and this one's automatic. We haven't seen anything like this before.
Bad feeling.
How could their situation possibly get worse? 3 people were
We've hit
already
bottom.
dead.
This can't get any worse.
Yeah, but like also theoretically, she already 3v1 Clover, Santa, and Ace.
Shit! Hey, Junpei!
He stepped through the door.
I can't take this anymore. No one can.
And whatever hope Junpei had managed to summon disappeared.
No. It's a lie. It's gotta be. This can't be real. No. It's impossible. If it's a dream, just wake up already. Someone please tell me it's all just a joke. I'm imagining things. Yep, that's it. This is all obviously a lie. It's a big, elaborate trick. An illusion or something. Or a dream. It's made up.
It wasn't real, right? June? No. No, the code names meant nothing now. Connie.
Connie!
This is the best track in the whole fucking game, man. Junpei cried out and leapt through the door. He flew to her side, his heart like a stone in his chest.
Connie! Connie, hang on!
Junpei swept her up and shook her by the shoulder. She moaned and her eyes fluttered open, but only barely.
Connie!
Jumpy?
Her face was pale and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei but saw nothing. Junpei put his hand against the small of her back to hold her up. It felt warm and wet. He lifted his hand up. It was covered in blood.
Oh man. Connie. There's so much blood. What the hell happened to you? How did this happen?
It was all he could do not to break into tears.
Jumpy, I'm sorry.
Her voice was thin, a minuscule thread that was the only thing keeping her with him.
I might not make it.
No. No way. No way I am going to let you die. I am gonna save you. I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. Really happy.
Oh, don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You just gotta hang on. All right, Connie? You... Ow, what can I do? Damn it!
He looked up from Connie, desperate for something. Anything.
What's
That's
that?
right, bitches, we got the submarine ending. Then he saw it. A small submarine.
A submarine? What on earth is a submarine doing here?
No, that didn't matter. Nothing mattered except saving Connie. That was the only thing he wanted.
That's it!
Junpei turned his head back to look down
Hang
at
on,
her.
all right? There's a submarine over there. I'm gonna go see if it works.
No, don't go. Please, don't go. Please, just stay with me. I want to be close to you, Jumpy. When
Connie.
Jumpy, did you know?
This track is such a good track. It just always hits me in the feels. I don't know what it is. It's just the way it's done. It's just so...
You meant I liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time.
Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame.
Jumpy, do you remember how we hung out a lot when we were kids? We went to the pool and to the fair. Do you remember
Nonary!
playing snowball at the school?
You've missed so much. Oh, you need to go back and watch all the important cutscenes with 7. I need to get you timestamps. All you need to understand right now is everyone seems to have been murdered.
They're all memories I'll never forget. All of those moments are treasures to me. But I also wanted to go to a lot of other places with you. A lot, but that won't happen now.
No. I mean, yes. Yes, it will happen. We'll go all sorts of places, Connie. You hear me? I promise. We'll go wherever you want.
Really?
Yeah, really. I swear.
That makes me happy. Really happy.
She said it to herself over and over, a weak smile creasing her tired face.
Jumpy, I feel sleepy.
No, Connie, don't fall asleep.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much.
We haven't got there yet, Rex! Her eyes were slowly closing. Junpei screamed, even as he felt his throat go
Connie!
hoarse.
Connie!
Hi! Hi! Come here. Wow! We've got gravy. We've got gravy. We've got gravy. We've got gravy. No, you're not allowed up there. Time passed. Junpei wept and curled around Connie's body. He cried and cried until he had no tears left. When the last tear fell, Junpei was no more. His body remained, but only as an empty shell. Somewhere he heard a bell ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. It rang 5 times, then faded.
5 o'clock.
Quietly, gently, softly, he set Connie down on the floor. Slowly, Junpei stood. Only then did he realize that 7 and Lotus had not followed him. Where had they gone? Slowly, he looked around the room. There was nothing. No sign that they had ever even been there. It felt as though every part of Junpei's body was made of lead. Slowly, he made his way to the door he'd come through. As he approached it, it opened, sliding apart with a sound like grinding stone. Junpei passed through the gate and into the hallway. His heart rattled in his chest, an empty, lifeless thing. It had been so utterly broken that there was nothing left to feel. When he saw their bodies, he simply stared. It was a lake, a sea of blood. 2 bodies lay in it. There was no need to check. There was no breath left in them. His eyes lit on Lotus's wrist. Her bracelet. It was gone. He stared at it. It meant nothing to him. He didn't care anymore. He couldn't care anymore. Junpei's body felt numb. A part of him knew the lump of lead in his chest had once been a heart. He couldn't quite remember what it had been for. Tears poured from his eyes in great streams. He wasn't sure why. He gave up trying to make them stop. He turned around. The door opened again, and slowly, numbly, he walked through. He kept walking. Why stop? An object set in motion, simple inertia, carried him forward. Eventually, he found himself in front of the submarine. His arms reached for the hatch. And then he was floating in water. His eyes stared down into it. He couldn't see the bottom. His back was hot. Dimly, he felt the blade of a knife in it. Who? One dead body lay behind door number 5, the body of the 9th man. And another lay in the shower room, the body of Snake. At the central staircase were 3 more, Ace, Sansa, and Clover. Just outside the door were 2 corpses, those of Seven and Lotus. And in this very room lay the body that had once been Connie. And now Junpei would join them. Who then had killed them all? Who? Junpei let out one last breath. Faintly, he felt the bubbles creep up the side of his face. His consciousness faded quickly, dissolving away into the cold, gentle lapping of the water. This track is also awesome. This like haunting track with the cool ass guitar. Oh. Yeah, alright, well that's how the game ends. That's it. There's like nothing else. And like we did it. I'll see you guys next week with Virtue's Last Reward, right? You know, that made sense, right? You know, you guys got it all? You got the whole story? Yeah, we died. That's just how it ends, you know, sad ending. Nothing else to it, you know. Evan Smith. Rena Strober. Morphogenic field. Okay, for a moment, it was just in the list of names and it had the same like color, so I thought it was just another name, and I was like, what? For a moment I was like, whoa, Morphonia's in this game, but then like I kept reading it, I was like, morphogenic, the end, or is it? Oh my god, guys. Maybe we're not done with this game. Oh, what? You have reached one ending. This game has multiple endings. In order to experience all the endings, you need to play through the game multiple times. Make sure to save your progress now to retain all information you've acquired. Memory of Escape has been added to the title screen. Memory of Escape enables you to replay the escape rooms you have completed. Look at that, guys. We got one ending. Now you can see we have 5 more endings we gotta get. Look at this. This is the flowchart. As you can see, once we made the choice to go through this door number 3, we locked ourselves into the submarine ending. Now, I love the submarine ending. It's such a good start for things. Now, You might think, oh, this is just like a simple way to, like, you know, go back and change what choices you're making and experience the rest of the story. But I'm going to inform you right now, we are not just loading from a different point. Junpei is going back to another point. And to that extent, we are going to actually... We're gonna start here. For those of you who are missing this. I mean that Junpei's consciousness is going back. It's not just us that's going back.
Whoa! Ow! My head. Wait.
I am so...
Is it over?
Or what do you mean don't listen to me?
Whew. That felt too much like being flushed down a toilet. Damn. Well, better than drowning, I guess. Am I in a hallway? Oh.
Just 5 steps, in fact. And at the top of this short staircase...
A door. Another door. Damn this water. Ugh. Let.
Junpei leapt up the stairs, straight for the door.
Oh, yes. It opened.
The door burst open, and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible responses could there have been to what he saw?
What? What the?
His voice trailed off. All he could do was stare. A polished floor stretched out before him, ornate staircase rising up from the edges, each one of them equidistant from the others. The stairs and pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s.
This is the inside of a ship?
It was also submarine ending. I didn't get to have a squeaky clean first experience with this game because I kind of already knew a lot going in, and I played Virtue's Last Reward before I played 999. So, like, I kind of already knew what I was getting into. But I didn't do it the same way we did it. I didn't go through door number 3. Junpei couldn't help but wonder.
Well...
The water quickly filling the hallway behind him suggested that yes, he was. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he'd been in, gathering speed as it moved toward the stairs.
That's what I thought. This is totally, Wait, what the hell? A wave? Oh, shit! Shit! Okay, I gotta get out of here. C deck. B deck. Hurry.
As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, denoting the decks of the ship.
A deck.
He took the stairs 2 at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself. Just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs led.
What?
Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his
People.
eye. He stopped short and nearly tripped over the next stair and looked. There wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were 4 people staring at him. And on the right side, 3 more. I'm trying to get this back on. It's comfy.
A lot of people.
All told, there were 7 of them. It looked as though they had been on their way down the stairs. They had stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there, staring at one another. Junpei didn't move one foot, placed awkwardly on the next step in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? This entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei and time began to move again.
I guess it's another one of us now.
A dancer?
The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. Her clothes covered very little and her prodigious jewelry little more.
No, I'm not. You better get moving.
With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei and towards the doors behind him.
Well, okay then.
The sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned. But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman.
Silver hair?
Huh?
The first one that passed Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He threw a quick glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering.
One of us, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed for Junpei to see wisps of gray in his hair. His composure and shock of hair struck Junpei as rather that like an elderly lion.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Wait, hold on. The doors won't open?
The next to speak to Junpei was a girl with pink hair and a high
Come
voice.
on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
But like, there's a lot of people who missed the opening, so I'm trying to get people to get their experience. Alright, you know what? We don't need to go
9
all
of us
detail.
then. All of the cards are in hand.
Wait! They're gone. Just what is going? There's an old man like a lion, a girl with pink hair, and a...
Huh?
Ah! What was that all
Besides, don't you want to see the 9th man again? He's so
Hey!
silly.
What the hell are you just standing there for? Didn't you hear him?
Eh?
The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go!
Hey, man, that was dangerous.
Huh? 4, and this one says 5.
They're the same. The room I woke up in had a number on the door just like that.
You too, eh? My cell was the same. A number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspected the rest of you.
Me too.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
Yes, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that lady? Open! Fuck, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way!
A body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it. There must be some other way. Huh. This looks just like the device next to the door in that room earlier. So that means this door is probably locked too. But...
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Whoa!
What the hell?
Damn! The water level keeps rising like this.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about. See? The water's not flowing. That means the origin of the water has perhaps... He said in other words...
Then you're saying we won't sink till then.
Alright, fine. We'll just skip right to the choices.
I thought...
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! Talking won't solve anything! It can't. You really sure you want to just. You've only got 7.5.
You're right.
Very well then.
Sure not gonna be...
Well, it's stupid to just sit around.
Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all...
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we should, we will most likely be all right.
I'll go through door 4 with Lotus, Santa, and June. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to stay by her side. This should be fine. It's no problem this way. I should see the other 4 off.
Looks like Ace and the others are going.
Now then, goodbye.
Be careful.
Aren't you guys excited? We get to see what we didn't do earlier.
So horrible.
What are you doing? We need to hurry.
Snake, your shoes.
It's fine. Hurry! Or
Last time
are
we
you
went through
planning
door
on
5,
dying with everyone
where
else?
the dead body is.
I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
We had to solve the puzzle with the piano and the notes.
Sorry, Snake.
Let's go!
So now we're going through door 4.
Hey! How is it over there? Did you find anything? At least say something, will you?
Something's beeping.
It's just like before.
Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet.
Do you think they're okay?
Hey, there it is! That's gotta be that dead thing! Come on, get over here! We gotta authenticate!
The beeping stopped.
Phew. Looks like it stopped.
Hey, guys! Are you doing alright over there?
Yep, we're fine. Oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay? The dead is just like the red, but the color's different.
See you later, Clumsy.
You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue. Other than that, it's just like the red. Authenticating is the same too.
Awesome! Thanks. That helps.
Well, we should probably move on now. You be careful out there.
Roger that. Whew. Now it's our
Thank you
turn.
for stopping by, Clumsy.
I'll go first. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
All right. Let's go. Run! Oh, damn. It's counting down. We can't go back!
We need to hurry and find the device.
Hey! Where the hell is the dead?
How would I know?
Don't give me that crap! Start looking!
I already am!
Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms.
Oh no! How many rooms do you think there are?
Ah, fuck! We don't have time to count. We just need to open them all. It won't open. Shh. Shit, this one's no good.
Same here. It's not moving!
Oh! There it is! At the end of the hallway! Run!
Hey, how many more seconds do we have?
How would I know? Our time limit is 81 seconds!
I know that, goddammit! I'm asking you how many seconds we have left!
Hurry! It's the dead! Get over here! Come on, everyone! Looks like it stopped. There's another door at the end of the hallway. Let's try this one first. And of course it won't open. A keyhole. What's this mark?
No, not exactly. That's probably the symbol of Mars. Well, technically, they are the same symbol. But I saw a number of similar symbols near the main stairway. The symbols of the solar system.
Oh, that's right. The Sun, Saturn, and Earth.
At least that's what I'm assuming.
So this isn't the man symbol. It's a symbol for Mars?
I think so, yes.
I see. Wait, where's Santa?
Yeah, so, I looked the place over. Here's the deal. None of the other doors open.
Then that must mean...
We only have 2 more doors.
maybe it's the room number.
The door on the left has a B92. And the one on the right says B93. Alright, let's open them. I'll open B92.
Okay, I'll get B93 then.
Junpei put his hand on the doorknob, and Santa moved to the other door. They made it through the numbered doors alive. There was nothing more to be afraid of. Junpei and Santa looked at each other and
1,
nodded.
2, 3!
In unison, they pushed against their respective doors. And promptly found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door. They turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. Through the door there was another person, his mouth agape. It was Santa.
Hey, it opened.
Yeah, it did.
Junpei and Santa looked at each other.
I didn't expect that.
It was so easy.
Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan. Can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet.
As she headed for the room 93, Lotus
Well,
continued.
now we have these 2 rooms. I'm sure there's something in there that will help us get out of here. Let's find it. Santa and I will search this room. You 2 take the other one.
All right.
Okay.
Bro, it's so annoying that I can't use my mouse right now. The vase looks expensive. I wonder how much we could get for it. Are you gonna steal it? I love that she's just like, let's steal. Alright, we got matches. Junpei looked down blankly at what he was holding.
Oh
to
yeah,
look at
how's
June.
your fever? You feeling better now?
Yes, I'm fine.
June certainly looked fine.
Let me see your forehead.
Junpei held his hand to her forehead for a few seconds.
Guess it really has gone down.
Are you worried about me?
Yeah, I guess I am.
I wasn't asking for an answer there. June blushed and giggled.
By the way, Jumpy,
Hmm?
how did you end up here?
What do you mean? I told you earlier, didn't I?
there was a man with a gas mask when you got home at night. You inhaled some white smoke and passed out. When you woke up, you were on D-Deck.
Damn straight.
But is that really the truth?
Yeah.
What?
Jumpy, are you hiding something from me?
No, why would I?
Well, if you think about it, this is awfully suspicious. I mean, why would two childhood friends bump into each other in a place like this?
Hey, I could ask you the same thing. Are you hiding something?
What would I hide?
Well, I don't know. Anything. I mean, you're hiding it. How would I know?
You mean like the number of men I've dated?
Junpei's heart stumbled over itself.
Do you want to know?
He had to admit, he was a little curious.
Don't worry.
She smiled.
Only
at him.
18.
Yeah.
Times 0. Yeah, I guess I just haven't met Mr. Right yet.
June looked a little embarrassed and scratched the back of her head in a desperate attempt to seem nonchalant.
Yeah, I see.
Junpei coughed quietly in much the same way.
Anyway, I'm not hiding anything. Just like you, Jumpy. When I woke up, I was on D-Deck.
Well, you do have a point. I mean, why did Zero pick us? We haven't seen each other since elementary school.
June nodded, and for a few moments, she had a faraway look of someone in deep
Look
thought.
for what connects the victims. That will lead you to the culprit. Do you remember Seven saying something like that?
Yeah, I do. So?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this must all have something to do with a classmate of ours.
You got any ideas who it might be?
No, nothing.
Oh,
Well, if it had something to do with school, then it could be one of our teachers, or maybe the principal.
or the janitor, or the lunch lady.
No, I can barely remember any of them.
Yeah, I know.
Junpei went back to searching, feeling unpleasant and confused. Elementary school. Elementary school. Was there anything strange that happened in elementary school? As he searched the room, he continued to rack his brain. No, it definitely was. There's nothing displayed. How sad. Looks like the drawers are empty too. Jumpy, what are you doing? We don't have time to be relaxing on a sofa. Looks like a valuable vase. Empty though. Looks like there's room to the right of the vase. Looks like some kind of weird picture. Do you think it's an abstract painting or something? Looks like a demon with an elephant nose, sucking on a human being's face. Where the hell did that come from? What's her brain made of? Can't say I'd mind finding out a little more about what goes on in there. Looks kind of like a weird looking picture. Some sort of weird black and white design. Well, here there's a room on the right side of this picture. Oh! That's the bathroom wall. There's square tiles all over it. There's a little blue platform protruding from the shower wall next to the knobs. It's a shower head. It feels dry too. That probably means no one has used it for a long time. Collection of full and partially depleted rolls of toilet paper. Someone was well prepared. There's nothing too suspicious about it. Nothing here. Tank 62. There isn't even any water in it. This is gonna be the last puzzle I do. Then we will wrap up. However, I do want to point out that playing in full screen did in fact fix the problem we were having. It's a bottle with water in it. This is a bedroom. You probably have it here because your throat always feels dry when you wake up, you know? My throat's dry, but I think it's because I'm a little nervous right now. But we did run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey Jumpy, did you want to take a shower together? Whoa! Just kidding. Too late to take it back. My brain's already working out the picture. My throat was dry already. This sure isn't helping. Damn, Junpei. It's a light blue blanket with some designs on it. Someone's made the bed, or at least never unmade it. There's only bed sheets underneath the blanket, nothing exciting. Looks like there's 2 pillows. Guess it's a double. You're turning red. Are you alright? Do you need to lay down for a minute? Man, I wonder what she's thinking about. Junpei took one last look at the map and then folded it up and slid it back into his pocket. June looked up as he closed it.
This ship is bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's probably about 900 feet long.
Must be one of those fancy cruise ships.
Of course, it doesn't really look like a cruise ship. Everything in here is really retro. Huh. Even if it's just some sort of style choice, there's just too much.
Do you remember what Zero said? Do you think maybe this boat and the Titanic have something to do with each other?
That's a good point. I doubt he would have mentioned it if there wasn't a reason.
Junpei took a moment to look around the room.
Do you think this boat is a replica of the Titanic?
A replica?
Yeah, you know, like a copy of the actual boat.
Who on earth would make something like that?
Fans. Crazy Titanic fans.
No way. Do you even know how much money that would take?
No idea. But all they've got to do is break even, you know?
Break even?
Yeah, they could use it as a cruise ship. Climb aboard a piece of history, sail around the world in the resurrected Titanic. Hell, with marketing like that, they'd probably have more customers than they'd know what to do with.
Do you really think people would want to ride on a ship with such an ominous past? It's the site of the worst accident in history. Over
Nothing that needed to
1,500
be
people
in my
died.
chat.
I wouldn't be surprised if you'd get cursed just for going.
A curse, huh?
Jumpy, do you believe in that sort of thing? You know, curses and stuff?
Yeah, well, I guess so, to a certain extent.
Junpei scratched his temple.
What about you? No, I guess that's...
No, that doesn't happen until later.
Yes,
think.
I do believe in curses. In fact, I think it was a curse that sunk the Titanic.
I think we get
What?
like hints to that.
A curse sank the Titanic. The curse of the Egyptian mummy.
Junpei couldn't understand how June had maintained a straight face to say that.
Supposedly, the Titanic carried the mummy of the priestess Amun-Ra, which was stolen from a pyramid. And they say that the mummy had a history. Everyone involved with it died mysterious deaths. Come on, I'm sure you've heard of it before. Those who open the coffin will be forever cursed. Haven't you ever heard that one?
So you're saying the Titanic sunk because of that curse?
That's right!
June's eyes had lit up with excitement like a child with
That
a new
mummy,
toy.
the priestess, supposedly, she was special.
What do you mean?
Well, supposedly, She was really pretty.
Pretty?
Yes,
But she was a mummy.
that's right. She wasn't all shriveled up or rotten or anything. She almost looked alive.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, it's that thing. I don't remember the name. Where your body turns into some kind of wax? Yeah? The fat in it turns into something kind of like candle wax, right? And
Yes, saponification, but that's not what it was.
huh?
That's not it. She wasn't wax.
Then what was it?
They say that she was frozen.
What? Frozen?
That's right. The whole body was frozen solid.
Okay, but to be fair, at this point in time, it's barely been a murder vote. There was like a single death, and it was
You know
like
how a
self-inflicted.
human body is more than 60% water? Well, all of that water was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic, even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
That's crazy.
I think so too, but maybe it's true and we just didn't know about it before.
I didn't know?
Yep. Maybe it's common sense to eat shaved ice in the desert because it lasts forever.
Huh? Nah, that seems too silly to be true.
But maybe it isn't. It just appears that way because you didn't know it was true.
Like to take June to a barbecue. Yeah, honestly, I feel like June's the type of person that'd be fun no matter where you go.
Ice that doesn't melt, even in the desert? Does something like that really exist? No, even if it did, it wouldn't really be ice anymore, would it?
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt, like he'd eaten ice cream too fast. Who? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? Love that. Forget it, Jumpy. Imagine not being able to take a hint. Jumpy, where are you going? I was thinking of going over to Lotus's room. Why? What do you mean, why? I'm just gonna go check up on them. Is there something wrong with that? Well, no. Come back soon. Sure thing. I'll leave the rest to you. Sure. Leave it to me. Alright, off to the other room. This is the bathroom wall. The whole wall is covered in these square tiles. Hi, Lotus. I didn't realize you were in the bathroom. Is there anything in the toilet? Guess not. Tank's empty too. Well, this is a display case. Check it out. These plates and shit look really expensive. You want to take a look? Damn, guess the wrong key. Means there's gonna be another one around here. Otherwise, we weren't gonna be able to open this thing. candle with a candlestick. This might come in handy. I use the matches to light the candle. Awesome, with the light from the candle, maybe we can take a look over here. It gets so hot when I hold it. I want to put it down. Then why don't you set it on top of the dresser? It's flat there. At least it won't fall over. Oh yeah, good idea. Hey, got pretty bright. Now we can look around a little better. It worked. Open! Thank you. Picture of an old cruise ship. Is it the Titanic? What the hell? It just got dark all of a sudden. Maybe the candle got blown out. We should go see. Aha. What's this? The top of the candlestick looks kind of weird. It's like all funky.
Hey, Junpei, you got a minute?
Santa had shown up out of nowhere and gave Junpei no small start.
Here, take this.
Santa pulled something
A
out of
bookmark?
his pocket. It looked like a bookmark. It had a 4-leaf clover
What is
in
this
it.
for? Do you want me to read a book?
I found it in between some of the cushions on the sofa. Pretty sure it ain't gonna be any help to us, but I figured we might as well hang on to it anyway.
Then why don't you hold on to it?
Santa gave him a wry smile.
You know what I hate most in the world? I got 4 things. Hope, faith, love, and luck.
Hope, faith, love, and luck?
Damn straight.
And you hate these things?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Not really, but
Junpei tried to figure out how to best phrase what he
what
wanted
does
to
a
say.
bookmark have to do with any of that?
Santa scratched the back of his ear and looked awkward.
Well, see, each leaf on the 4-leaf clover has a meaning to it, okay? And that meaning is pretty much those 4 words. It's like flower language. Well, I guess it's not a flower, is it? So, leaf language, I guess? Yeah, you could call them leaf words.
Leaf words.
Junpei looked at the bookmark.
Hope, faith, love, and luck. The meaning of the leaves on a 4-leaf clover.
So, yeah, I want you to take it, okay? Just touching it gives me the creeps. Take the damn thing, all right?
Santa pretended to shiver with disgust and shoved the bookmark into Junpei's confused hands. What do you want to do? We're taking it. We're taking it. Just letting you guys know we're taking it.
Alright, sure. I'll take it.
He shoved the thing into his pocket and gave Santa a last confused look.
Oh, man, I feel a lot better now. That thing was a real pain, you know?
Do you really hate those 4 words that much?
Yeah, well, they can all betray you, you know? Hope, faith, love, even your destiny.
What had happened to Santa? Junpei wondered. How had he become such a bitter person? For a moment they looked at each other.
Well, that's not my only reason.
What?
That's not the only reason I hate the 4-leaf clover. I just can't bring myself to like the number 4.
What, worried about the 4 horsemen?
Nah, come on, man. That's just silly. Maybe back in the Dark Ages, that kind of crap scared people. But this is the 21st century, and I'm a 21st century guy. I'm a little insulted.
Then why do you hate 4 so much?
'Cause it's a half-ass number. Not the best or the worst. That's why.
You, what?
9 is a way better number. So what if it's last place, right? At least it's not some lame-ass middle number.
What are you...
Santa's explanation made no sense. Junpei was even more confused than before.
You play?
Play? You mean like gambling?
Yeah, of course. What else would I need? In Baccarat, the best possible hand totals 9. They call it Le Grand. But the lowest, most worthless cards, zeros, they call Monkey.
Just like the guy in charge of this game, huh? Zero's a monkey.
Santa blinked, utterly stunned.
What?
Then he began to laugh.
Oh man, you're totally right. The guy who trapped us in here sure is one hell of a monkey.
That was when Lotus spoke up.
You know, if you think about it, the Nonary game is really a lot like Baccarat.
Apparently she'd been listening.
And of course, it doesn't use any of that stupid digital root junk. You just drop the tens digit, and that's it. Still, it does have the same idea of your final number needing to be a single digit.
Oh, yeah, I guess you got a point.
And in both games, whoever has 9 wins.
The person who makes 9 wins?
Wait, did you forget already? Don't you remember what Zero said?
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
See, what's really funny is we're sitting here having this conversation,
So, if we
and right
want to get
now,
off this boat,
7, Snake, Clover, and Ace are solving the casino room. Well, technically they're doing it while we're in the next room, because this is the first puzzle, so they're doing that whole, like, piano puzzle. But they're gonna be doing a Baccarat puzzle while we're over here having this conversation.
we have to make a team whose numbers have the digital root of 9.
And only the people in that team are going to make it out alive.
Of course. That's why it's called the Nonary game.
What?
Huh?
You don't know? Nonary means something derived from 9, or base 9. It's derived from the Latin prefix nona, which means 9. While we're at it, the prefix for 1 is uni. You know, like the unicorn, the horse with 1 horn. 2 is bi, like binary. Binary means composed of 2 parts. 3 is tri. I'm sure you've heard that one plenty. Like trio, triple, and triangle. After that, you have quart, quinty, sext, septum, and so on. And of course, the prefix for 8 is octo, like octopus. It's called that because it has 8 legs. Get it?
I see. So then Nona means 9.
Lotus nodded.
So, how many of us are trapped on this ship?
That'd be 9.
And what are the bracelet numbers we have?
They go from 1 to 9.
And our time limit? How many hours did we have?
Zero said 9 hours.
And finally, to get out of this ship.
We need to find the door with a 9 that's hidden somewhere in the ship.
By making a team with the digital root of 9.
Lotus nodded.
And there
again.
you have it. The number 9 is everywhere in this game. He's got a real theme of 9s for this whole thing. No wonder it's called the Nonary game.
Somewhere far away, Junpei heard the creak of stressed metal. It sounded almost like Zero laughing at them, or the sad, desperate scream of a pig headed to the slaughterhouse. What a lovely conversation. Wrong thing. Oh. Going back already? Can't just leave June there by herself. Well, you think you're her knight? You're her protector or something? Creeping me out. Whatever, man, I'm going. Hi. Zuki! Junpei messed around a bit with the key he had and looked blankly at the picture that slid down.
What's the deal with this picture anyway?
Santa had only been mumbling to himself, but it drew Lotus's attention. She looked at the picture and paused.
I think I've seen this picture before.
Where?
In a book. There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory. I saw this picture in his book.
What's this interesting theory?
Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Man, I can't deal with this. Just listening to you talk about it is giving me a headache.
Santa put his hands on his head as though he were in great pain. Lotus merely arched an eyebrow in his direction and continued on.
It's not a difficult concept to grasp. In essence, he states that the shape of living organisms and their behavioral patterns are transmitted through a field not visible to the eye.
What part of that isn't difficult, exactly?
Lotus did not look pleased.
All right, how about this? Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
Telepathy?
Yes, telepathy. Well, perhaps not exactly telepathy, but it's close enough for a simple approximation.
For real, why is he so dumb? Santa suddenly burst into laughter.
Are you serious? Telepathy? Who do you think we are? Kids from the 70s? I can't believe someone would actually do serious research on something like that.
Yes, I agree.
Lotus's response was surprisingly curt. Junpei had expected at least some confidence.
I read the book, but I can hardly say I understood it. I'm in no position to defend or condemn anything it said.
Did you lose, Gig? I'm so sorry.
It was probably just someone latching onto a statistical outlier from some study and turning it into a ridiculous theory. There's no scientific merit to any of it, I'm sure. But even so, Anyway, I saw a picture like that one in his book.
Lotus indicated the picture that they had been looking at. After a moment, she walked up to the strange picture, examined it, and then spoke.
Hey, what do you think this picture looks like?
Santa answered first.
What do you mean? Isn't it just like abstract or something like that? It's just black and white scribbles. There's no meaning there. That's it.
What about you, Junpei? Does it look like anything to you?
I guess it looks like...
What do you guys think it is? I don't even know what that is.
Maybe a dog. No, see, you got the head here, and then these are the front paws, and then these are the back paws.
Junpei traced the black contours.
See?
Oh, I see it. I guess you've got a point.
Santa, despite his constant aloofness, was clearly impressed. Junpei glanced over at Lotus. She looked stunned.
How did you know? I didn't think you would have been able to guess that.
For a brief moment, Junpei felt a swell of pride.
So, now we know what it's a picture of, but I don't see how that helps us.
Lotus nodded and began to speak.
A TV show from Great Britain did an experiment once. They took two similar pictures. Both of them were difficult to identify, initially. But once you figured out the answer, you couldn't see it as anything else. These two pictures. The first was a woman wearing a hat. The other one, well, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog. So, their experiment. First, they sent the picture to other parts of the world, outside the reach of British airwaves. To Ireland, the US, Africa, Europe, etc. Then, in each country, they gathered a number of test subjects, roughly 1,000 people. They were shown the two pictures and asked, what does this picture look like to you? The results weren't really interesting on their own. 9.2% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. Then, 2 days later, they aired a new program on their show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution. The audience was estimated to be 200,000 people. After the broadcast, it was a safe bet that the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture was at least that many. After another 2 days passed, they gathered more research subjects from areas outside the reach of British TV and radio. This time, they only found a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them had participated in the first test. They were, however, given the same test and the same two pictures. The results were startling. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. The previous test sat at a 9.2% success rate. Not much of a change statistically. The dog picture, however, produced a very different result. The percentage of people able to successfully find the dog, it went from 3.9% to 6.8%, a very significant increase. So do you understand? Do you realize the significance of this experiment? There was no way the second group could have seen the picture. They lived far away from Britain and couldn't have seen it. But even so, it was only the success rate for the dog picture that went up. Why? How did that happen? What does it mean?
Lotus looked back and forth from Junpei to Santa and back again. Normally calm and collected, she looked now as though she were nearly possessed, and there was something manic about her manner. Santa took an involuntary step backwards. Junpei didn't budge and stared straight back into Lotus's eyes.
Wait, does this have something to do with that field, or whatever it was that you were talking about earlier? A field not visible to the eye. So, if more people know the answer, then that information will pass through the field. Huh.
Oh, I wonder how this will help us. I wonder how this is relevant to the story we're experiencing.
Psych!
Her manner suddenly shifted, and Lotus smiled broadly at Junpei and Santa. She waved her hands dismissively, doing her best to laugh the whole confrontation off.
I was just kidding. You really shouldn't take me seriously. Well, I mean, the things I just told you about are true. They really did happen. But the results of that experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for the ratings. They are a TV station after all.
At least it seemed that Santa had gained control of his composure.
Right!
At last, my bad.
Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute. I, really thought you were serious.
Of course not. Like I told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience.
Holy shit.
Oh,
This
okay.
puzzle took so much longer than I thought. There were so many cutscenes. Junpei, however, did not feel so much like laughing. Something felt wrong, unclear.
All right, enough nonsense. We've got the key. Let's get out of here.
Word.
But Junpei stayed, staring at the picture of the dog.
A field not visible to the naked eye. Morphogenetic field.
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Alright, let's go to the hallway. I'll go get you. You guys head to the door. Roger that. We did it! How did the results go? They stepped through the door to find themselves in a wide
Another hallway.
Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings.
Come on, open!
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Okay. So, we made a lot of progress today. Let's take a moment and look at the... So, we met the group. We went through door 5 with the dead body. We learned more about Snake and 7. And then we learned a lot more about 7 once we got here. We kind of forced everyone to come with us here. And then at this point we learned 7's history as a cop as it relates to the kidnappings that happened 9 years ago. And we learned about Lotus's backstory and her children being 2 of the kids who were kidnapped 9 years ago. And then everyone mysteriously got murdered and we don't really know who did it. Now we're on a new path where we've gotten a bookmark and we've learned more about morphogenic fields. And, yeah. Thank you everyone who came. Thank you for participating in my stream. And I hope you all have a lovely evening. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. By the next time that we have a Nonary Game Sunday, it will be 2026. So happy 2025. I hope things were good for you guys. A lot of things happened this year. Bye.